How's it going, everyone? Got a bunch of PlayStation game updates and reveals to go over. A classic Star Wars title is coming back to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, done by Aspyr, which, let's be honest, they didn't knock it out of the park with the Star Wars Battlefront collection, but hopefully the old college try with Star Wars Bounty Hunter is gonna work a little better. But yeah, I think Star Wars Bounty Hunter is gonna be fine. An updated version coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC for $19.99. The game initially dropped back in November of 2002, now coming to modern platforms 22 years later. We'll talk all about that. A game that I have just talked so positively about, Concord, has detailed its open beta. If you do pre-order the game, you'll get early access into the open beta for you and for friends. We'll talk about that. Disney Epic Mickey is coming back in the form of Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed. That'll be launching in September. But right off the top, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, revealed by Aspyr. An updated version will be dropping on all major platforms for $19.99. There will be a pre-purchase launch discount, so you can get it a little bit cheaper, but it's already being priced pretty well at $19.99. Now, obviously, Aspyr recently did drop the Star Wars Battlefront collection, which, let's be honest, wasn't received all that well. I think that's fair to say, but Bounty Hunter is a single-player, third-person action-adventure title, which I don't think is going to be as difficult, and I don't think it's going to be a train wreck like it was from an online standpoint, like Battlefront Collection was. And Battlefront Collection, just thinking about it, is super, super depressing, because while that game, I'm sure, made money for Aspyr, and I'm sure it was very, very financially lucrative for them, even as big of a disaster as the game quality itself was, it just could have been so much more, and given how iconic that game is to so many people, I just think it would have been better if we did put a little bit more care into it, let's put it that way. But you know, the past is in the past, and all we can do is move forward, and we can move forward with Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Bring in your bounty, dead or alive. Become the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. As Jango Fett, you'll have to jump, jetpack, climb, and maneuver in this iconic adventure game featuring a variety of visual improvements on modern platforms, as well as Steam Deck support and a number of DualSense controller features for PlayStation 5 players. And for the first time ever, if the campaign is completed, players can unlock a new Boba Fett skin for their next playthrough, paying off a notorious Easter egg from the original game. So kind of cool as far as a bonus being included. Key features: note, let the hunt begin. In this classic third-person action-adventure title, you'll become Jango Fett, prime clone of the Grand Army of the Republic, hired to capture a deranged Dark Jedi, relive the timeless tale, experience the legendary bounty hunter fantasy set before the events of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, face off against foes, and maneuver through acrobatic battles in this adaptation optimized for today's console and hardware. Armed to the teeth, fight your way through the galaxy's underbelly, equipped with dual blasters, your flamethrower, whipcord, and pure Mandalorian rage. This is going to be another title that I feel like a lot of people are going to be excited about. Maybe not to the level of the excitement that was had with the Battlefront collection, but this is still a game that I feel like people are incredibly nostalgic about. And while the game did have a 65 on Metacritic, I feel like this is a game that is living a lot through nostalgia, and user score is 7.8. It's not a game that, you know, hits the nostalgia heartstrings for me, but I know for a lot of you guys it's going to fall into that category. So excited to see this release. It will be dropping on August the 1st, and again, it's coming out in that time period where not a lot of other big games, like July isn't huge in terms of a lot of big titles. August is really picking up in the latter portion of the month with Black Myth Wukong and whatnot. So timing-wise, it's working out pretty good. But speaking of games coming out in August, Concord is one of those games coming out in August. And if you do want to play it early, the open beta will be having an early access weekend from July 12th until the 14th. Now, that is going to be available for people that pre-order the game. The open beta for everybody will be July 18th to the 21st, so it'll be interesting to see how this is received. Look, I have been pretty critical about the game. I was not a big fan of the burger trailer last year, and let's be honest, I haven't been very complimentary towards the game in general, but at the very least, the open beta is going to give us an actual idea of how the game is going to turn out. And to play the full 16 free gunner roster, you won't have to wait until launch to find your favorite free gunner. During the Concord beta weekends, you'll be able to play as all 16 of the free gunners that'll be available at launch, whether you like to run and gun, lock down an arena, lay down fire from afar, or back up your team. There are free gunners for players of a wide range of playstyles and skill levels, from familiar faces like Haymar, Vale, Lennox, One-Off, and Starchild from the reveal trailer to other members of the North Star crew like Itzy, Tio, Baz, and more. You'll get to experiment and learn how each character brings distinct strategic abilities as well, traversal and gunplay feel. During the Concord beta early access weekend, you'll have the chance to play on 4 maps. You've got Free Water, Water Hazard, Storage Chamber, and Shock Risk. You'll have a new world, and 5th map will be introduced in the period Bone Mines on the planet Akar. That'll be available as well. The Concord beta will also have multiple modes to fit your mood, whether it's to jump in for a quick match or team up with friends for a more coordinated and competitive play. The Concord early access beta weekend will launch with 3 modes: Trophy Hunt, Cargo Run, Clash Point, and then also Arena Control will be added. And that'll pave the way for the game ultimately to be released on August the 23rd. It'll be interesting to see how this is received, guys. Look, it's a hero shooter that's priced at $39.99. I think that is going to make people consider, how they feel about buying the game. It is a $39.99 title for a genre that is generally tied to free-to-play titles. Even Overwatch 2, that is free-to-play. If you do buy the Digital Deluxe Edition, it does note that you can play 3 days ahead of full release, so can't believe we're doing that as well. But these things do happen in gaming, like baking in early access for Concord is a little wild to me, but I guess we're gonna do what we're gonna do. The Digital Deluxe Edition includes the full game, 16 character skins, up to 72 hours of advanced access, and Monarch Pack. And again, I know that people want to compare this to Helldivers 2, and Helldivers 2 was $40 and $60. Helldivers 2 is a co-op action title in a style that there aren't a lot of titles like it. It's very unique, and Helldivers 1 was already established to not be a free-to-play game, and yes, while there are microtransactions in the game, it's not something that microtransactions were a big part of it, and the hero shooter genre, microtransactions are at the core of it, and something that most people know about. And I mean, we'll see how the microtransactions roll out in the final product and how that is rolled out, but even at a $40 price point, I just think it's going to be a tough sell to a lot of people. But I've been wrong about games in the past. I just don't see Concord doing all too well from a longevity standpoint, and remember, with a game like this, longevity is the name of the game. Moving on from that, a game that I am incredibly excited for, but the price point of this game, a little bit of a head scratcher. Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Look, I think the game looks great. $59.99 is a hefty price point. It's a THQ Nordic published title, and developer Purple Lamb Studios is bringing Disney Epic Mickey back. Embark on a magical journey in Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Shape your adventure with the stroke of a brush and transform Wasteland as Mickey Mouse in this beautifully recreated 3D platformer. Every stroke of your magic brush matters. Use paint to restore beauty and harmony of thinner, to alter your environment and uncover hidden secrets. Your choices influence Mickey's destiny and change the outcome of this artistic odyssey. Will you become the epic hero the Wasteland needs? The game released on the Nintendo Wii all the way back in, I want to say, 2010, and now coming back to modern platforms. If you do pre-order, you'll receive the costume pack, including a Steamboat Willie football and Brave Little Tailor for free. And they are noting that if you do pre-order the game, you'll get 24 hours of early access to the game as well. Digital pre-orders include 1 day of early access, so that is for the digital release. So take that for what you will. I'm excited for Disney Epic Mickey to come back. It's just $59.99 is a hefty price point for that, but we'll see how that's revealed. Dropping in a period where a lot of big games are coming out as well, so that's something to consider. But nice to see this game get a re-release, and I'm sure it'll have its audience given the IP, and I'm sure people will have interest in it. It's just $60 is a hefty price point for a game that is a callback to a 2010 release, and it is a recreated version of it, so we'll see how it does, all things considered. But that is going to do it for me. Again, Star Wars Bounty Hunter dropping on August the 1st. I foresee a lot of people being excited for this. Hopefully Aspire can rewrite how they're viewed after the colossal train wreck that was the Battlefront collection. Concord is going to be getting an open beta July 18th to the 21st, but early access weekend will be July 12th until the 14th. You pre-order the game and you get early access, and you can invite 4 friends to play in early access as well. And Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed will be dropping on September the 24th. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.